here's your host, Chelsea Edwards.
Hey besties, welcome to another episode of Chattin With Chelsea. I'm your daytime bestie, Chelsea Edwards. Today's guests have comeback stories you cannot ignore. We have a musician who turned from jazz to Jesus after staring down the barrel of a gun. But first, you know her from the hit series The Wire as one of the most chilling characters in TV history. But what's more powerful than her role is the reality behind it. Felicia Snoop Pearson came into this world fighting, born at just 3 pounds to a crack-addicted mother, raised in foster care, and by 14 years old, facing a life-altering decision that led to time behind bars. But she did eventually flip the script. A chance meeting turned into her role on The Wire, and now she's taking that same raw energy and lighting up the stage as Cleo and Set It Off Live. Felicia Snoop Pearson. Welcome to Chattin With Chelsea, Snoop, as they call you. Now, you got the nickname Snoop.
Yes, ma'am.
Because you were compared to the cartoon character?
Yes, ma'am. My uncle used to call me Snoopy.
Okay.
And then when I went to prison, jail, then prison, they took the Y off and just started calling me Snoop.
I love it. I love it. I don't see the resemblance. So
No.
Your nose isn't that big. So everybody can hear the accent. If
Yes,
people don't already know, you from Baltimore.
Yes, ma'am.
By
The
way
heart.
of yes.
The heart,
yes.
east side to be exact.
But now you're in LA now.
Atlanta.
Atlanta now. You're
Yes.
in Atlanta now.
Yes.
What's it been like adjusting? Because you haven't always been in Atlanta.
It's been Atlanta. I've been going down there all my life.
Okay.
So, Atlanta, just Atlanta. It's just now the Southern hospitality is gone.
What?
Yes.
What do you mean?
The kids is running crazy, man.
Okay, so that's because you hadn't been in Texas enough. That's
Yeah,
what
I
it
need to
is.
come to Texas more.
Yes. So you've been moving around doing the
ma'am.
Set It Off play.
Yes, ma'am.
Wow. Okay. So is this your first stage play?
My first real stage play.
Okay.
I'ma say, this is massive. You know what I'm saying? Stage plays I did, it wasn't nothing compared to this, but I just thank Mr. Jacarius for the opportunity, especially I'm playing Cleo, so.
Yes. So did he call you and say, hey, you were perfect for this role, or did you audition? How did it happen?
As he say, he slid in my DM.
He slid. Ain't nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with it at all.
Yeah.
Did he have to convince you? Because this is different from TV.
I told him, I said, I was born for this role, man. Like, I've been playing Cleo all my life, so,
In real life.
Yeah, in real life. But it's nothing to be proud of. But trials and tribulations that I went through. You know what I mean? I've been through.
Well, you can be proud of how far you come.
Yes, ma'am.
For sure, for
Yes,
sure.
ma'am.
Now, when it comes to this play, for people who haven't seen it before, because this is, like, he brought it back.
Yeah, he brought it back.
It's been in demand. People been wanting to see Set It Off on the stage.
But they ain't know that Snoop was coming to do it.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Now, so people who already seen it, they want to see it again because you're in it.
Yeah.
Now, what's the difference? How would you describe the difference from watching the movie that we know? Your character was played by Queen Latifah in the movie, but this is a stage play, so it's got to be some changes.
Yeah, it's most definitely some changes, but it ain't too many changes. But just to get the audience attention, just to be like, they changed this around. So, Mr. J, he did amazing writing the script. But me getting prepared for the role, nobody could be Queen Latifah. You know what I mean? Cleo. So I had to make it more me. You know what I mean? But also adapt with Cleo. You know what I mean? A little bit of Snoop, a little bit of Cleo.
Yeah. What parts of Snoop are in Cleo for this?
I'm gonna give you a lot of emotions.
Okay.
You know what I mean? You're gonna laugh, you're gonna cry. I'm just Snoop, just being Snoop.
Okay, taking us through the range.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
How's it been working with the other cast members as well?
Everybody been amazing on that. Now I think it's been 2 months now. We family now, so shout out to y'all. Everybody doing an amazing job. They all embodying the roles. I'm biting off of them.
Okay.
You know?
Did they have to give you some tips here and there, or you asked for some?
Somewhat, but not really.
Because it's different talking to a camera or, you know, with a camera as opposed to a live audience.
Yeah, live audience. My first one, I think I was so nervous, I had the bubble guts. I'm so happy they hit. Because as soon as I stepped on stage, everybody right there, I'm like, oh my God, no.
Oh my gosh, you making me nervous just picturing it.
Yes, I was so nervous, but now it's cool.
Hey, you have to run to the restroom, you're like, I'll be right back.
Nah, I just let one off on stage and just...
Everybody just gotta play it off. Like, they didn't smell anything.
Nah, it was just air. It was just air.
Something in the bin. So what? No, it wasn't Snoop. All right, y'all. We're gonna take a quick commercial break. We'll be back with more Felicia Snoop Pearson after this.
Got the feeling, come back to me.
We are back with Felicia Snoop Pearson, starring in the stage play Set It Off as Cleo, but so many people know you from your days on The Wire.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you still get people all the time who like,
run me down. How my head look, Mike? Come on, man.
oh my God. And that character was actually made for you.
Yes, ma'am. I mean, it wasn't made for me, but I was on set with Michael K. Williams. He played Omar, my brother. May he rest in peace. They heard me talking, like the producers and writers and stuff like that. So my accent was way heavier than it is right now.
Right now.
Yeah, because I went to speech class and cleared it up a little bit. But you know, they heard me talking and stuff like that, and you know, they wrote me in.
Nice.
And they wrote me as Felicia Snoop Pearson.
What a blessing.
Yeah, I ain't lying.
Then you just blew up from there.
Yes, ma'am.
You've been doing all kinds of projects.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so let's go back to the background a little bit.
Ma'am.
So when you grew up in Baltimore, it was a rough background.
Yes.
You were convicted at the age of 14
Yes.
of second-degree murder.
First-degree murder.
Of first-degree murder.
Yes, ma'am.
At what point did you feel like your life was turning around?
When I was in prison and I took my my GED, the GED test. I failed the first time and then I went back again. I was gonna give up, but when I went back the second time, it was like a new teacher in there, and it felt like she cared about us. Like, you know what I'm saying? She actually helped us, you know, and I just started thinking, you know, life ain't, I mean, it ain't too bad. I don't have life, thank God. I don't have 20 years, thank God. So just get your life together. Yeah. So I took job readiness.
Okay.
I took all the programs that was, you know what I mean, that they had for us, so I can get ready for society when I come back out, you know. And they fired me, you know, because of my background, you know.
You know, a lot of people deal with that.
Yes.
And I don't want to skip over all the details that led up to you being convicted.
Yes,
I mean,
ma'am.
you had a mom who was on drugs when
Yes.
she had you,
Yes.
raised in the foster care system. And there were different things happening at the time. And at the time of that, the time when the girl was killed, you were defending yourself.
Yes.
Yeah, so all these things kind of played a role into you ending up in the system, but then you get some hope, you get out, trying to get a job, and then you get fired from jobs because
I was working at Ford bumpers, making bumpers. I was making what, like, I think like they started me off like $25 an hour. I was happy with that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It don't sound bad.
Back then that wasn't, you know what I'm saying? But you know what I mean? I thought that was a good job, you know, and they fired me because of my background. Then I went to stocking books, you know, they fired me from that. Yeah. I'm like, what, I'm gonna throw a book at somebody and hurt them with a book, you know? It's like, you know what I mean? It's like, man, yo, just, so the streets, you know what I mean, accept me back.
Yeah.
You know, the streets always accept you back. And that ain't even where I want to go, but what I'm gonna do. You know, sleep under somebody's bridge, No. I tried to do the right thing. You know, I tried.
Wasn't lining up the way that you expected.
Nah. And
So-
nobody prepare you for that. Well, I apologize.
No,
Nobody
no.
prepare you for things like that. Like, you know, so, you know, I had to prepare myself.
So you were still dealing when you were on The Wire, when you
Yes.
started on The Wire. What was it that made you say, all right, I'm finally done?
Because Ed Burns and David Simon came to me and was like, we know what you're doing outside in these streets. We're going to make you a star. But I think I probably announced that to them when I first was there, because my first check I think was like $50 or $100, and I was like, I'm not coming up. Well, excuse me, I'm not coming back up over here.
Yeah.
For what? You know what I'm saying? And my block over here making 10,000, 5,000, 20. If a good day, 20,000 a day. Like, what I'm coming over here for? No, Felicia, we want to make you a star. Please, please trust us. And you know. Like I did Trap Queens for BET, it's like, it was really true. Like, I'm trying to weigh my options out. Trap phone calling, these people calling, you know, and Ed really set me down and was like, nah, you ain't gotta do this. This is what you really could make out here. And I was like, for real? You know, my first big check, I was scared taking it to the Chase Bank.
What, you felt like they were going to say fraud? Ain't no way.
I promise you, I promise
How much
you.
was that check?
My first one was 20.
Okay.
Yeah, 22 to be exact. 22,000.
Nice.
Yeah.
You were like, okay, I'm
I ain't
not turning
lying.
back now.
Yeah, I ain't turning back.
Did you not think you could be a star?
Nah, it wasn't in my
You didn't
head.
see that in yourself?
Nah, I wanted to probably be the biggest drug dealer ever. You know? Yes, ma'am. That's what my mind was going. But God had, you know what I mean, other plans. You know, your plans ain't always your plans.
Yeah.
You know?
So you're very spiritual.
Yes, ma'am, all the time.
How often do you pray?
When I wake up and before I lay down.
Okay. What was your prayer this morning?
But my prayer every day, every night.
And what's that?
I can't share.
You can't share with us?
Nah.
If you passed on something to the audience about something that they could include or
In their
should
prayer?
include in their morning prayers, what would you say?
Any weapons formed against you shall not prosper. Shall not prosper.
That's a good one.
Yeah.
None of them are prospering against you.
Nah. Can't.
Yeah.
Can't.
How would you say you're making things right nowadays with all that you do?
I do give back to my community in Baltimore. Shoot hoops, not guns. I give away tennis shoes, clothes. I got expungement there for like people who have criminal backgrounds. You trying to get your record expunged. Health care. You could go take tests, STDs or
Okay.
AIDS, whatever. Job readiness. You know, I gave my life to the Lord all the way. That's how I just moved my day around, you know.
What would you say to somebody who was in your same situation? They're trying to get on a new path, but it seems like, you know, roadblocks.
You gotta keep moving because life is and for everybody. And you gotta have faith. That's number one. That's number one. You gotta have faith. If you don't have faith, I don't know what you gonna have. You know what I mean? You gotta put your hope and your dreams and your soul into something and somebody. And I don't put it in a person. I put it in God. You know. So you know, you just gotta keep going. Don't matter what your parents say. No matter what your friends say, because you know you got some Debbie Downers. I'll be like, no, don't do that. Nah, I don't care if it knock you down 3 times. Get back up and keep going. If that's your mission, keep going until you get it right. You know, till you get it right.
That's a word. That's a word right there.
Yes,
okay,
ma'am.
all right. Preacher Pearson.
I've been through some things.
Yes. I mean, it's all for the testimony, you
Yes,
know?
ma'am.
Thank you so much for sharing that. You guys gotta check out Snoop and the Set It Off play. Look up the dates.
Houston, we got a problem, man. Come see me, man. I love y'all, man. And bring me some barbecue, please.
Yes, please.
Please, some good barbecue.
Please give us a-
Please, no pork. No
Okay,
pork.
Okay, good. All right. Well, we got to make that happen. Thank you so much
Thanks for having me. Thanks for having me.
You guys, check it out. We'll be right back after this. In another comeback story, our next guest went from a life of drug trafficking to testifying through songwriting and performing. His single, God Never Gave Up on Me, is a piece of his story. This is Johnny B and Us.
I was locked up and put away, all caught up on me. I couldn't see the destination that God had for me. My hope was lost, turned inside out, but God had his angels kept around me. And they all began to say, God never gave up on me. He never gave up on me. It was the blood that saved me. It was the blood that set me free. Even though I was wrong, God kept me strong. Oh, yes he did. And they all began to say, God never gave up on me. Hey, that's why I thank God I'm free. God never gave up. I was bound, but now I'm free.
He never gave up on me.
No more chain binding me.
He never gave up on me.
Now I can't lift my hand.
He never gave up on me.
Take the shackles off my feet so I can dance. Thank you, Lord, for never giving up on me.
He never gave up on me.
There was times and times I cried. I was on my knees and no one came but you, God. When I lift you up and I praise you, Lord. Yeah. Hey, I say thank you, Lord. You never gave up on me. Oh,
Thank you, Lord. He never gave up on me.
you're so funny, Lord.
Thank you, Lord.
You never gave up on me.
Johnny B, who you just heard, also spent time behind bars before turning his life around. Now, you did some time, but it was really after you stared down the barrel of a gun that led you to, as you say, turn from jazz to Jesus.
Yes.
That performance was incredible. Such an
Thank you.
inspiring song.
Thank you.
I want to go back to the time when you did go to prison.
Uh-huh.
You got caught with an incredible amount of marijuana back in the day.
First time 224 pounds of weed.
Woo, that's a lot, Johnny.
I know.
That's a whole lot. So eventually, you ended up doing 5.5 years in prison.
That's right.
But you were still in the game,
Still
as
in
they
the
say.
game. That's correct.
It wasn't until you were at gunpoint, you being robbed, that you said, okay, this is enough.
That was the turning point of my life. It's enough. I've had it. I knew that I wasn't going to make it if I keep doing it. It wasn't going to be pretty. I didn't want to be in no coffin. So I said, well, and then after they sentenced me, I had time to think about it. And I said, I'm done.
But you found a better way. You're doing your gospel music,
Yeah.
and you're also now going back to the prisons to
That
share
is
your
correct.
story.
I just got my license to go back to the prison. I'm excited. From the same place where I even did time, the guys that's still there that's been doing life and got 40 or 50 years, they're waiting on me.
Wow.
Yeah.
Tell me about that song that you all just played.
God never gave up on me. I penciled it in prison. One night I asked the Lord, give me the words. That was one of the second songs I ever wrote. And the Holy Spirit gave me the words to do that. And God was there with me the whole time. You would think that God had left you, but no, he was there. He was, it was just a push. And the anointing came on me, and I woke up in the middle of the night and penned it all. It was just spontaneously.
Are there parts of your story that you wish you had never gone through?
Yes. I wish I wouldn't have never went to prison.
Yeah, well, I see
Yeah.
that. Yeah.
If I had it all over to do again, I wouldn't have done it. But had to pay the bills. I lived a high lifestyle, trying to, be I don't just living too high.
Trying to be that man.
Yeah.
But then you turn to the man. Amen.
That's right.
Okay. What's your advice for anybody else out there listening to your testimony right now?
Trust Jesus with all that you have, with all your heart and soul. Lean on him, not your own understanding.
Well, thank you, Johnny. Thank you for sharing your story. Where can people find more of your music?
Twitter, Apple Music, Spotify. It's out there. I'm on every platform.
All right, you guys check out Johnny B and us. Thank you so much for coming on. Thank you to Felicia Pearson as well for sharing her story. Amazing talent. You guys subscribe to our YouTube, Chattin with Chelsea. Keep up with us on social at Chelsea Fox 26. We'll see you on next Chattin with Chelsea.